Hello and welcome back to the Old Realms, and before we go into the siege, I've actually called for a bunch of extra vassals and so on and so forth, but yeah, anyway, before we go in, I do have a couple of perks to spend as well as a focus point. So let's actually see what we can get here. Okay, well, Surging Blow is probably what I'm going to take, because we are starting to level up our athletic skill for some reason pretty quickly. Maybe it's because of the amount of kills that I was getting in the siege in the previous episode. That's probably it. And personally for me, I'm probably not going to get charge damage, really. I'm not an infantry primarily, so kind of makes sense, right? Anyway, so Surging Blow is what I'll take, and then we'll go for probably Walk It Off, or maybe a Good Day's Rest. I don't know, actually. Basically, every single time I've thought to myself, you know what? Maybe I actually kind of need additional hit point regeneration while waiting in settlements, because most of the time I'm just going to go in to a town. I'm not going to continue walking around, am I? However, Walk It Off has proven to be really useful in the past. See, now that's the thing. It's a little bit, you know, it's a little bit half and half really for me at the moment. I think I'm going to actually take a Good Day's Rest, because I do have Walk It Off in the medicine tree with our medic, as far as I'm aware, so I'm gonna just leave it as it is right now. So mounted patrols are really good. It does make it so that you have a greater chance of keeping prisoners in your party, and the other thing is just volunteering rate of cavalry, which is not really that necessary for me specifically, so I'm going to take mounted patrols. We do have a focus point, so I guess the best thing for me to do is either spend it in two-handed. You can actually deflect projectiles with two-handed, apparently, and we can also spend it into athletics. I think I'm probably going to go for athletics here, because, as I said before, if we're going to get a huge amount of kills in a siege, it is just going to make all the sense in the world for us to have the ability to level up our athletic skills so much faster, because of course we're going to primarily be using our firearm, and using our firearm, well, what does that do? Well, it levels our athletic skill really fast, because it kills so many people. So that's absolutely fantastic. But here's the thing, obviously if I do end up using my two-handed more, then I will have wasted it, because I don't have that many focus points in it. I have 3 focus points. You know, at this point you really should have at least 4, ideally 5, if you want to actually, you know, start leveling things up relatively quickly. Anyway, we're just going to place this guy in here just to get a couple of bonuses, and then we're otherwise just going to go straight on in. I do have a battering ram available in this particular siege, but here's the thing, I actually had to charge in relatively fast, and the reason for that is that the opponent is wanting to make peace really badly, and unfortunately that does seem to be going through, or it will probably go through in a matter of mere hours. Oh, I didn't realize I already reloaded. Okay, well, at least I have this perfectly done now. Okay, let's shoot him. Oh, why, really? Are you... yeah. Not being able to shoot through a wooden ladder, that's kind of a little bit, you know, it grinds my gears quite hard right there. But oh well, never mind. Okay, we can only hope that we may be able to do something a little bit different here. There we go. Just going to shoot him from a different angle, but not being able to shoot him through the ladder when there are clearly gaps in it. That, yeah, that is not particularly good. But oh well, never mind. Can't really do much about that, can we? So let's just see if I can actually get inside here. This is going to be the main challenge. Okay, just ignore me, thank you. And I'm just going to shoot them all in the back like the honorable individual I am. Oh wow, I'm just going to get murdered in the process. Okay, don't get killed. Okay, I'm just going to shoot my last bullet there just to make sure, and then we're fine. Oh, really? We are fine, he says. What am I getting shot by the way? I have no idea. It can't be arrows, right? Surely it can't be arrows. I must be getting shot by someone with a gun. Maybe it is arrows. I have no idea. It seems like... that seems very strange that it would do that much damage. I do have a pretty good helmet on, so I'm very... I'm a little bit weirded out by that. Oh well, never mind. Okay. Well, yeah, these actually should be dead now, so we shouldn't have to worry too much about that, and hopefully I will just be able to eliminate these other archers here. Just going to reload, and then I'll switch to my two-handed. Oh, yeah, you can't really go up there just yet, can I? Okay, there we are. Hello. Okay, I should probably heal myself, all things considered, shouldn't I? It's probably going to make a bit of a difference. Yes, these guys. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, they're very irritating to fight against, aren't they? Yes, anytime I have to fight archers, I'm always livid because they are so much faster than I am when it comes to their weapon skills, which is really, really funny because they always have some kind of fast-paced weapon speed, you know, sort of equipment, and it really just grinds your gears. It really just grinds your gears, especially considering I'm getting shot by something. Is this the guy? Is this the guy shooting me? It must be that guy. Anyone else in here? That's the question. No, doesn't seem like it. Okay. Well, we should be completely fine to actually achieve victory here. Let me just get a couple of kills in the process. Nice long-range damage. Look at that. That was cool. Alright, so wait a second. It seems like my forces are now having problems actually climbing up the ladder for some reason. Not entirely sure why that is. I mean, we were on the battlements, and now all of a sudden we're having difficulties getting back up. Okay, that's a bit weird. Anyway, I'm actually kind of thankful that my spellcraft has leveled up, because I now have 20 in Winds of Magic, which means that I can use my petty heal 5 times. So that's actually really, really strong, considering I'm not a magic-based character in the least. So it is really making a huge difference to our longevity. I would have been dead, you know, many times over by this point. So it really does help. Let me just shoot this guy if I can. There we go. Oh, yeah, he went flop. He went flop down the stairs right there. Stop flopping, sir. That is not allowed. That is not allowed. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, so it seems like we are absolutely fine. Oh, we got a bunch of people up there. Okay, yeah, we're going to have to do something about that. Yeah, so, actually, you know what? Can I... No. I don't think that's allowed, actually. Yeah, that's one of those, that's actually one of those really, really disappointing things, or disappointing aspects that I feel could be really, really cool. I don't know whether you realize this, but these catapults, right? These catapults on the walls and things like that, they actually cannot be turned towards the enemy's emplacements, even though they are theoretically, or should be able to be turned, you know, 360 degrees, but they only have the ability to turn, well, in the front, basically. So they could just turn to the right and to the left, and they can't go behind themselves or anything like that. At least that's what it was like a bunch of time ago. Maybe they've changed it now, I don't know, I don't think so, but if they have changed it, then that's obviously fantastic, because then what you could technically do is you could turn these catapults, and you could turn it all the way this way, and then fire at the enemy emplacement, which would actually be a really welcome change, because being able to actually do damage with their own equipment against them, I think that's absolutely a fantastic idea. And I think that would be really, really cool. And this guy just pushed me off. Well, that's absolutely fine. I kind of thought to myself whether I should jump off here, because I did have some petty heal available, so you know what, we're just gonna do it. Might as well. Almost got shot by this guy. I'm actually kind of surprised that these Empire Young Noble Squires come equipped with guns. I didn't actually realize that they had that, so that's I think that's actually one of the main reasons why we were taking so much damage early on in the siege, because those guys were literally just like so plentiful that every single corner that I turned, these guys had a I don't even know what they had, an arquebus or something like that, aimed straight at my head, and that was definitely causing us some pain. Now, I'm actually unsure where the enemies are. Let me see if I can hold down Alt and C. No, it doesn't seem like they're actually providing me with any kind of insight. It must be because there aren't that many people remaining. I don't see anyone up here. It doesn't seem like there's anyone over here either. Yeah, this is really I wish I had super speed at this point, to be honest. Yeah, it's one of those moments, isn't it? Anyway, 69. Nice. Yes, there we go. Yeah, there we are. We did it. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so let's actually just make sure that we've leveled up. Do I want to take anyone here? Yeah, I guess I'll take the marksman handgunner. I think that makes sense. We could take some noble troops as well, noble guys, just a couple of them. I don't really want to take too many. And that's the thing. If they do decide to make peace, which I'm pretty sure they will, it's almost a given at this point, because we've just taken yet another one of their fiefs. And the reason why they are wanting peace so badly, you know why? It's because we took so many of them prisoner. You see? That's the reason why in the past I've thought to myself, should I take this guy prisoner or not? Because in those situations you think, oh, well, if I take this vassal prisoner, well, then the faction is going to dramatically want peace much, much faster than if they didn't. And if the vassals were freely able to run around, it's actually quite shocking and very... well, very revealing that that is actually a thing. So there you go. They actually did make peace, as you can see right there. And I can basically just let this army disband now. We really don't need to worry about it any further. I'm not going to be voting for the owner of this particular castle either. I mean, I will vote for it just because I can get some relation with some people, but there's really no need for me to do it. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're probably going to be declaring war against the vampires. Yes, yes, I think that seems like a pretty fun idea. I'm not entirely sure how well that's going to go, to be honest. Yeah, there are a bunch of bandits in and around the area as well, which is always... I mean, that's the funny thing. I actually like the fact that there's a lot of bandits, but not so much when you are attempting to get back up on your feet. Like, for example, if you've just been defeated or something like that, it's very, very difficult to actually have that happen. You know, you are going to have some big, big problems. So there's that, you know, that is obviously a pretty big issue. But for the sake of being able to gain some easy renown, easy cash, and so on in the mid-game, I think that's absolutely unparalleled. And it's very, very welcome. But yeah, I do understand that obviously it's not the best thing for villages and so on. There's a caravan. We must help it against one troop. Yes, there we are. That is absolutely wonderful. Anyway, yeah, as I said, we are going to declare war against the vampires. I'm just going to have to make sure that we know exactly where we're going to go first. Because look at this. This fief right here, look at how far away this is from basically any other. I'm thinking that that might be the best place for us to declare war. Because if we do that, it's going to mean that the enemy has a really, really hard time of actually getting over there to begin with. You know, they're literally going to take an age to make their way over. And in which case, we're going to have a lot of time to either besiege the thing, or we're going to have a lot of time to... you know, prepare just in case the enemy decides to attack us. As you can see, he's actually right here. Wow, okay, that's really, really close. Funnily enough, though, take a look at what he has. He's got almost 900 Sylvanian armed peasants, and he has 644 von Karstein nobles, and that's it, basically. He's got some skeletons, he's got some levies, and he does have some relatively high-tier troops otherwise, but nothing much to write home about, really. You know, he's got some really pretty terrible units. So, theoretically, if we get lucky, we could potentially win. It depends. It depends on how likely it is he's going to allow us the time to just bombard him with a bunch of cannons. That's it. That's the only thing that I can really, really count on at that point. So, okay. They just took this. Oh, that's intriguing. Look at that. There's only 46 in the garrison. Okay, that is absolutely fantastic. And we did level up our athletic skill once again. And we're going to be going for +1 endurance. There we go. That's absolutely fantastic. That's really, really nice. And otherwise, yeah, so there's only 46 here. And basically what this means is that I just have to wait for a... well, I could actually go into a battle against this guy. I could literally just attack... Oh, wow, he's too fast. Are you serious? Are they serious that this caravan is so incredibly quick? Okay, yeah. Anyway, let's do it. Let's go. Let's go straight on in and let's try it out. Why not? Let's see what happens. This is obviously going to be maybe a mistake, but if it is a mistake, then the vampires are just going to run us down, and well, they're going to take a whole bunch of our fiefs and so on and so forth. I'm actually just going to save here real fast because you never know whether there's going to be a crash. I want to make sure that I don't lose any progression. Alright, so it seems as though we have a bit of a situation on our hands. After we saved, well, we have this guy. He decided to, he decided to appear out of nowhere. And I'm actually thinking that we might be able to take him on. If we just had a couple more people, maybe I can actually call for an army right now. Let's actually see if I can do that. How many people are close by to me right now? These guys are not that close, which may very well not work out too well in my favor. But if we can get a couple of people to join us and try to even up the, you know, shall we say, battle advantage. There isn't really a... Well, I guess there is kind of a battle advantage in this game now, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about numbers. The numbers disparity. That's the thing that we kind of need to work out here. Ooh, wait a minute. Can I help these guys? Oh, no. They're going to get absolutely massacred. Look at them. They are literally just getting torn apart. Whoa. Okay, I don't even know what this guy actually has. I need to take a look at his composition, but I'm kind of hoping that maybe some of my forces are going to appear. Oh, I'm in the cursed zone. Oh, that's wonderful. Did you see that? I was literally in the cursed zone, and I was losing a bunch of my troops. That's wonderful, isn't it? That is great. Okay. Oh, did he just pick up another vassal? I think he just picked up another vassal. That's crazy. Okay, yeah. So let's just get these guys. There we go. Okay, we're all good. We just need to wait until all our friends are back up and running. And let's actually see what happens here. Can I... now I want to fight him. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Oh, he's actually fighting another band. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, there we go. We can actually go into... What? Why are our power levels so so low right here? Are a bunch of my troops actually... How many of my troops are actually knocked unconscious? I need to take a look at which ones are actually... Ah, yes. My highest tier units are currently knocked unconscious. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I'm thinking, you know what? I'm just going to wait here for some time. Just going to wait a little bit. And I guess we'll go in now. Does that make any difference? No, not really. Okay, I guess we'll just go in now. We did lose another one of our armies as well, so that is great. Yes, that's very, very wonderful, isn't it? Because that means that we're now going to have even more problems. Okay, so... oh, wow, yeah. So we're going to need to do this really, really fast right here. So let's have a look-see. So cannon over here. Cannon over here. Just want cannons. Just want cannons really, really fast. And let's get our ranged troops over here. Put them into a loose formation as well. And I'm basically just wanting my... why are these guys standing in front of the cannons? Oh, wow. Can you just guess what's going to happen right here? These are not my troops, by the way. Okay, just so that I tell you this, okay, now, because these are not my troops. They are literally stopping my cannons from firing right here. Can they fire now, please? Oh, this is... The AI is so dumb sometimes. I'm really actually kind of livid as a result of this. You know, it seems to me like I'm probably going to have to retreat here. I think... I think so. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure right now. I'm kind of thinking I'm just going to kill a couple of extras here, and then we're probably going to retreat and see if we can get some better positioning, because as you no doubt saw, my cannons couldn't fire for the majority of the time, just purely for the fact that my AI friends decided to put their own units in front of the cannons, and our cannoneers were just like, okay, we're not going to fire, even though they probably should have at this point, to be honest. Anyway, let's actually just take a quick look at their composition, because we really want to make sure that we're not going to be running into a huge elite force of cavalry, and it does indeed appear as though they are indeed an elite force of cavalry. So this is going to be a bit problematic. Okay, how's my gunpowder doing? Yeah, I'm almost at 300, as you can see. My learning rate is just awful, so this is really making things into a much more difficult situation than it has to be. You know what? I actually think I'm going to just leave. And we're just gonna regenerate ourselves a little bit, because these guys are gonna be significantly worse as time goes on, and we can try to restore ourselves. That's the thing. We can try to restore ourselves, and we can maybe then get inside the battle without too many. How are they regenerating so incredibly fast? That is so weird, because they're not summoning skeletons or anything like that. How did they do that? Did you see that? What? They're regenerating like hundreds of people in one fell swoop. Okay, what's actually happening here? Make peace with... She just made peace. What? Okay. Oh, that's weird. That is... Okay, I don't even know. I actually have no idea why she decided to do that. We have, in my opinion at least, we have the advantage. We have everything to play for right here, but apparently she didn't want to do that. So yeah, I guess what I'm actually going to do is we'll probably go back to Nuln, or at least I'm going to go back to Nuln, and I'm going to see what actually happens here, because I'm going to, you know, I'm going to get some more engineers, because I feel like I didn't actually have enough engineers in that previous battle. Alright, so we're back. Yeah, it's actually the next day, because I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna take a bit of a break, because the game was just like, oh, you know, it was just grinding my gears super hard, and I wanted to make sure that I had a relatively decent length of episode. And so, you know what, we're gonna come back here, and we're gonna try to murder. We're going to try to murder the Sylvanians. Yes, we are. Okay, yeah, you are my prisoner now. Enough talking, now march. There we go. Alright, so we're going to be declaring war against these guys again, and hopefully I'm going to be able to do something here. Now, I have decided that I'm going to be calling for a... actually, you know what? I'm going to take all their food real quick. Yeah, I'm going to be calling for an army. As you can see, we have a massive amount of vassals that are coming to assist me, and hopefully we're going to be able to take back. So let's do this. Let me just very quickly save, just to make sure that we don't have any, you know, problems with crashes and things like that. You never know when that kind of thing can happen. Anyway, I am pretty positive that we will be able to take this, because there's only 195. Obviously, as we saw... I don't even know whether you saw that in the previous episode. I might have just cut that out because it was a huge waste of time. It may have very well been the case. But if you didn't see that, basically there was only, I think, 70 or 80 troops in here, at least initially. And I decided to try to besiege it, but then there was a massive army that came out of nowhere and they chased us off, and... you know, so on. So that's basically what happened, but we missed the opportunity to go in here and absolutely have a wonderful time. I was thinking to myself, yes, this is going to be absolutely fantastic, but no, of course, as you might expect. But now, here's the thing, look at that. They only have 200 troops. I think I should theoretically be able to go in here and have a whale of a time. I don't think I'm going to be able to, well, I don't think I have to even construct any siege whatsoever. I don't have to make a battering ram, I don't have to make a siege tower, I don't have to make any trebuchets. But this is obviously just a very much kind of like, well, maybe I do, actually. Maybe I do have to do that. I mean, that's the point. I don't actually know. Maybe it would be a good idea for me to do that, but for now, we're just going to leave it the way it is, and we're just going to see what happens. So here we go. Let's do this. Now, this is obviously going to be a bit of a problem for us in general, because we are now going to have a situation where, well, yeah, they have all their catapults built, and we may have some big problems. But I have my wonderful, wonderful rifle. And actually, you know what? Let me place the mortars over here, I guess. Wow, yeah, there's a mortar there, mortar there. That seems relatively decent in terms of its range, hopefully. And I'm just going to reload here just to make sure that I have this reloaded before we get up. And there we go. Okay, no, get out of my way. Get out of my way. Thank you very much. All right. Oh, look at the damage. Look at that. The damage coming in from the mortars is absolutely immense. Look at that damage. Look at that. You see all those kills coming in right there? That is absolutely fantastic. That is exactly what we want. Thank you very much. That is really, really helpful. Now, if I can just avoid getting absolutely massacred by any number of units here, I'll be very, very pleased. Unfortunately, the enemy is proving themselves to be annoying, as you might expect. Of course they are. Of course, right? Yeah. Okay, so wait, I'm just going to get around here, because this is probably the best chance that I have of being able to do something. Let's just try to avoid getting killed by that guy. There we go. And now, haha, look at this. Haha, look at what I can do. All right, let's just shoot these guys from up here. This is fantastic. We've got a wonderful, wonderful vantage point. Now, if only I can make good use of this. Oh, wow. Hello there, sir. You're going to get shot. That is not very good for him. That is for sure. And we still don't have the piercing shots thing, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to penetrate their shields or anything like that, which is a great shame. But, you know, it's not really necessary, I suppose. Especially considering most of the targets that we have at the moment that we're actually killing are indeed archers. So it is not really necessary that we have shield penetration, but it is going to be super, super useful for us as and when we get it. Because it also provides us shield protection, penetration, not protection, but shield penetration for our troops, which is actually insane if you think about it. And I'm just going to heal myself real fast just to make sure that we don't die from some random high damage attack. You never know. This guy is saying hello to us right here. And of course he's got a shield. I'm just going to shoot him in the legs. There we go. Oh, that is always funny. Okay, we're just going to kill that guy, and then we can hopefully get our people inside the castle, inside the town here. Because, I mean, look at this. We've lost 160 troops so far, and the enemy has lost 160 troops, basically. And there's only 40 of them left, and it's actually really, really shocking how that happens every single time, because you think to yourself, okay, yeah, we have, you know, 5 times the amount of troops that, you know, the enemy has, and they literally are just, they're just able to defend. They're just able to defend consistently very, very well, even though they are just having Sylvanians. I think it's probably because of this. Look at this. Look at what's happening right now. My forces are just standing there, and they're just inevitably going to get shot. And I think that is the main problem that we're facing here, because look at these guys right there. They are just continuously firing over and over again at our forces, and our forces are just standing there. They're just literally standing there not doing anything at all, which is definitely making things super, super easy for the enemy. But yeah, that is indeed going to be a victory for us, and that means that we can continue our attacks against Sylvania. I can only hope that maybe my faction is gonna see how effective we have been here, and maybe they'll just think to themselves, yeah, you know what, we should just let this guy do his thing, you know, talking about me, of course. And then maybe, just maybe, cross fingers, they may not make peace instantly. Because here's the funny thing about that. I think we can actually beat them even in open combat. I think we can beat them in open combat. It just very much depends on if they allow us to go through the motions, as it were. And I mean, that's the funny thing. I'm not sure whether I don't know. I think some people might get it, but others may not know because they're not too familiar with the game, or maybe they just don't know. Who knows? But what I'm trying to say here is, if you actually just go through a couple of battles, eventually you're going to get kind of like, you know, you're going to get an advantage in some way or another, because let's say that you continue to win the battles, right? Obviously not if you continue to lose, because let's face it, if you are defeated, then you're going to return back to square one, which is, I gotta say, very irritating. Let's just say that. I mean, come on, you know, that's obviously very irritating. But let's just say that you continue winning. And if you continue winning, you're obviously going to be in a situation where you can be like, okay, this is great. We just defeated an army of 300. Now you may think, oh, 300. Well, that's not that much. And yeah, sure, 300 is definitely not that much. However, just think about where you can go from there. And this is the kind of thing that I want to impart to you right now. It's all about stepping stones to the next target. Because you think to yourself, oh, okay, I just defeated an army of 300, but who was in that army? Maybe it's a really, really strong vassal that has the ability to field 250 troops. And so his forces are no longer going to be in that really big army. And so you have just dismantled a very strong individual from actually joining one of the more conducive armies. Like, for example, look at this guy right here. Look at this guy. I mean, they've got a whole bunch of levies, but look at their skeletons. They have 540 skeletons. They have 532 prisoners in actual fact. Now, here's the thing. Do you think we can even achieve victory against these guys? I'm actually thinking that we probably can't, to be honest. I don't know, actually. I don't think we can, because they have 600 troops extra, and we have a bunch of troops. Oh, we're actually dying from... Oh, no. Oh, dear. Okay, fine. We were actually dying from the curse. Yes, there's actually a curse in this area, if you didn't realize, and I was running through that, and now we've lost a bunch of our troops in the process. That is really, really bad. Okay, well, we can see what we can do here. Oh, control. Ooh, or vigor. Oh, hello. Okay. Well, what do we want to do here? Well, I want to get... well, control doesn't actually do anything for me, as far as I'm aware. No, it doesn't actually do anything for me at all. So, this is basically pointless. So, I will be going for vigor instead. That also gives me some movement speed for our foot troops. Now, what I'm hoping to do is ideally I want to get cannons, okay? I want to get cannons out there as soon as possible, and I want to be able to absolutely murder the enemy before they can even get to us. Now, this is obviously a pretty... it very much depends on if this is a large battlefield. If it's a large battlefield, we'll have a great time. If it's a short battlefield with a very minimal distance between the two armies, we're gonna die. That's basically what it comes down to at this point. So that's also the reason why the dynamicism between the various battlefields and the improvements that Tailworlds has made can sometimes not be improvements in regards to your victory percentage. You know, sometimes they're going to be detrimental, but that's obviously the whole point of dynamicism in general, because it's going to be a bit difficult to determine whether you're going to achieve victory or not. Ah, well, this is not very good, is it? No. Oh, dear. Yeah, so we just loaded in, and as you can see, it is extremely dark. I don't know whether I can even make this brighter. There was an episode in the not too distant past where I was attempting to make it brighter for you to see, because it was absolutely pitch black for me. And because it was just so black, I couldn't do anything about it. It was so dark. There was no no way for me to make it lighter. So yeah, this is indeed maybe one of those times. I don't think so somehow. I think I can still see some stuff, so maybe I can make it brighter for you. Hopefully I can. But yeah, I wouldn't hold out too much hope. So apologies in advance, let's just say. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to place these guys around about here. Place the cannons. Hopefully we can actually do some damage with them. Let's place these fellows out the front here. You know, I actually don't hold out too much hope for this, to be honest. I feel like we're probably going to either sustain massive amounts of casualties, or we're going to have to retreat to the town itself. Yeah, this is not so good. This is not so good. I feel like I'm going to get shot by my own cannon as well, which is obviously going to be a big problem. Alright, so we're just going to tell these guys to do auto-delegate. They're just going to go and do whatever. The horse archers and the cavalry and so on and so forth. And I actually kind of wonder... Are my cannons actually doing anything? No, not really. Not really. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. It very much depends. I just can't see anything. That's the problem. And the fact is, I just can't penetrate as many enemies as I'd need to, basically, to actually make a difference here. I mean, you can see, I mean, we are doing some damage, but it is very, very little. I'm going to tell my... What are they doing right now? Why are my guys not actually charging in? Can we tell them to charge? There we go. The infantry could now charge in. Hopefully they're going to do a decent job. But yeah, as you can see, it's extremely difficult for me to aim right now just because I can't see. But I can only hope that the enemy just doesn't have anything that really can do much to us. I'm just going to do a lot of damage here. I mean, look at this. They're actually losing... Wow, they are losing a lot of troops right now. Which is very good for us. And I really wish I could tell where the enemies are and where I am. I mean, I kind of can, thanks to the wraiths. But apart from that, it's very, very difficult for me to see. Yeah. How many have we killed so far? We've killed around 400 of them, which is actually pretty decent. You know what we need to do? We need to actually retreat and come back in. I feel like that's probably going to be a really good idea. So I think we're going to do that. Because if we can retreat and come back in, you know what's going to happen, right? Well, that's going to give us the advantage, because then we're going to be able to redeploy a bunch of our cannons. As you can see, we're... Yeah, it's not looking good so far. It is not looking good so far. I can only hope that the game doesn't crash, because this is one of those times where I'm just thinking to myself, yeah, this is absolutely... you know, just super, super tense. And that's kind of what I really, really enjoy. About the game at times. So yeah, anyway, let's actually have a look. Okay, here we go, here we go. This is real perfect. This is actually a really, really good place to be. Gonna put a cannon there. Look at that. Look at the placement of that cannon. That is so good. That should be so good, at least. It should be, but obviously I'm not going to hold out too much hope for it. Yeah, so otherwise, apart from that, I am going to be auto-delegating with our horse archers and our cavalry once again, because we do need to run some interference between us and the opponent. Yes, here we go. My cannons are actually doing some massive damage now as well, which is kind of what we want. We want these guys to be running after me too. This is really when I wish I had some kind of AoE explosive kind of deal, you know. That would be so incredibly useful right now. Okay, how are we doing? How are we doing so far? I mean, the infantry needs to kind of go a bit more at the front. Can't see anything, of course. Killing random skeletons, which is really very, very useless. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, these guys are going to have to charge in now. I'm just hoping that my cannons are going to continue to deal damage. That's all. That's all I want them to do. I just want them to continue dealing damage. That is it. Is that so much to ask? I don't know. Maybe it is. Oh, and then it crashed. Oh, okay, great. Did I jinx it? Yeah. Alright, well, we got back into the game with the autosave, and as you can see, it's just literally after the siege. That was when the last autosave kicked in, which is very irritating, but at least this time I'm not going to walk through the cursed lands, I guess. And maybe, you know what, maybe what I should do is I should just wait here and then maybe do like a, I don't know, maybe a siege defense. Maybe these guys are going to come over here and try to retake the city. I think they may in fact try to do that. That would be super cool actually if they would, but I don't know whether they are. That's the whole thing, you know. I can't actually tell whether they're going to do that because I can't see them, so I have no idea. But they are obviously immune to the curse. Yeah, here's the curse. This is where it actually starts affecting us. So I shouldn't walk too far in there. Okay, well, that's good to know. Anyway, I am probably going to be ending this episode off here. I really wanted to take this town, which we have done. And I would love to be able to take this one over here. As you can see, we've also... Wait a minute. Did we take that? Did we take that right now? Or did we just... I don't actually know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to avoid this road right here. We're going to go around. Going to avoid the cursed lands. Use the road. Go here. And then we'll try and see whether we can actually make some inroads in the majority territory of the vampires. But so far... I haven't really felt like we were going to lose these battles. I felt like it was going to be really, really close. But maybe we were going to lose. I don't actually know. That's the problem. Kind of wanted to see what would actually have happened there, but unfortunately it crashed. So there you go. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.